Hi there, I'm Alex from Southern Ukulele Store, and this video needed a run-up. I needed to sit and absorb and take my time to learn everything about these ukuleles because I know you're going to have questions when you see them. If you're watching this around the time that the video is launched in August 2023, then Kanilea have probably just announced this instrument line. And we've known about it for quite some time because Kanilea have been talking about this for over 3 years. At the very beginning of the pandemic, they stopped producing, or perhaps just before, they stopped producing the Oha ukulele, which was Kanilea's attempt at making an affordable ukulele that was somewhere between an Islander and a Hawaiian-made Kanilea. So if you imagine the Koaloa Opio line, or Flight's Fireball up to the A10, or Rebel, or Ramiro Creations, or El Luthia, or Big Island, there are so many people producing, and I've forgotten loads just in that bit there. There are so many different people producing professional ukuleles, either in the Far East or in small workshops, just trying to make something that a player can grow with, that they can grow into, that can inspire them, that can bring the best out in how they play. And I don't care what anyone says, right? I've been around ukuleles now for nearly 15 years. You can do a lot with something that's laminate and affordable, but there comes a point where that instrument will you will outgrow that instrument and it will hold you back. If you're somebody who takes playing so seriously, you play every day, you can get the best out of something, or something can pull the best out of you. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna use that again. There's something about that. There's that transition period, and for me, companies like Kanilea, who are constantly improving and tweaking and innovating on the instrument, they deserve and they should have something that's just slightly more affordable, that uses their innovation, their designs, their progress, and utilizes it for people that can't afford a Hawaiian-made ukulele. Because let's face it, there are plenty of people out there that they'll never get a Hawaiian-made ukulele because of costs or circumstance, but they may well aspire to own a Kanilea, something with that DNA in, and that's what's happened. Kanilea could no longer affordably make an Oha ukulele in Hawaii. Instead, they bought Hawaii to a small workshop in China, and they are producing limited numbers of the new Oha series. That's what we're looking at today. That ukulele is basically a K1 or a KPAT Kanilea Hawaiian Koa ukulele, but scaled back and produced in China to make it more affordable. So the first ukulele, the 1 series, so we're looking at ukuleles that have a code K01SC or T. Those ukuleles are soprano, concerts and tenors. They are K1 spec. So we're going to hold the tenor. I've got the soprano and concert here as well. You're going to hear sound samples of all 3. This ukulele is a Kanilea in DNA. To look at it here, you would never once look at me holding this in the video and go, he's holding an instrument that was not made in Kaneohe Bay. But this ukulele is the spec of a Kanilea produced in China. So Hawaiian Koa, selected by Kanilea. I know for a fact, just behind the scenes, there was a lot of chaos that came with just shipping vast quantities of these select pieces of Koa over to China for this project to happen. It's taken several years of back and forth prototyping for them to be happy that this product deserves to have the name Kanilea, and this instrument is it. So it's a K1 spec. You have a Hawaiian Koa top, back and side, solid Hawaiian Koa. You have the Kanilea mother of pearl dots up to the ebony faceplate with the K logo in mother of pearl, and you have Kanilea tuners. You'll denote that the instrument says made in China, has a sticker made in China, so you can tell it apart from a normal Kanilea. And you have a 38mm nut and saddle with a pin bridge and Kanilea's most up-to-date True R touch relief bracing, which is bracing that puts minimal contact between the top and the support so that the top can vibrate truly. And as instruments continue to age and dry out, that's when you really start to notice this. I have Canaleias that I've had for several years, and I've recorded with them over the years, and you can see a progression and maturity as this instrument forgets it was a tree once upon a time. The way that they have spec'd this back slightly is interesting. So instead of it having ebony fingerboard and bridge, these have an Indian rosewood fingerboard and bridge. And instead of it having the ebony bridge pins made on site by Canaleia, it has plastic bridge pins akin to something like a Flight Fireball, or I'm trying to think of other things with pin bridges. Can't think of anything off the top of my head. Something like a Big Island would have a plastic bridge pin as well. The nut and saddle, I'm not sure. Canaleia have not confirmed whether it's bone or whether it's a synthetic material. To me, it looks like it's a synthetic material, but at the time of filming, I don't have that information. It will be in the listings when I have that information. The final thing they've done is interesting. They have gone back to a polyester sort of plastic gloss finish for this instrument. Canaleia for several years now have used a fast curing and very expensive UV gloss, which creates a very, very thin gloss layer. It's a very glass-like looking finish. And it's something that they have innovated and worked with for years and years and years. But going back to the old style gloss that you would see on something like a Big Island, or basically anything high gloss under £1,000, they've managed to cut a lot of the cost and make this instrument much more affordable. But as somebody that's been around Canaleia ukuleles for over a decade, this ukulele, spec-wise, is pretty much identical to the Canaleias that we used to sell in 2016, 2017. If you were to go back through this channel, you'd note that once upon a time I had hair, and Canaleias were like this. And they've retained the satin neck, so the neck still feels lived in. It's not a gloss neck. It's very much a Canaleia in DNA, right down to how it's manufactured inside as well as out. So they've done 2 series. We're going to play some sound samples now of the KO1 series, so a KO1S, KO1C and a KO1T. But do stick around, because we're going to be back and we're going to look at the 2 series. Right, now I know you're excited. If you've just listened to those sound samples of the 1 series, they sound like Canaleias. I think I did notice that the gloss felt a bit thicker. Like compared to holding a Hawaiian Canalea, you don't realize how smooth their gloss finish is. These ones have that kind of sticky gloss that you expect with other instruments, and it's something that just makes me appreciate a Hawaiian Canalea more. So we're going to look next at the 2 series. The 2 series is the one that I was most excited about. Having played the 1 series, I was shocked how easy it is to dupe someone into feeling that you had a Hawaiian Canalea. Like I would really struggle, I think, if I was somebody just trying high-end ukuleles for the first time to tell them apart. If you A/B a K1 and a KO1 right now, you'll see what I mean. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? But looking at the 2 series, the 2 series is a little bit more unique looking. It doesn't look like the KPAT. Just for reference, I'm going to show you a KPAT against this ukulele now. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, so that rosette is thinner. It's more kind of conventional. It's less ostentatious, but that's not a bad thing, is it? If some people just prefer a little bit of bling, you know, we don't want to go full wrapper on it. Let's look at this 2 series now. So looking at it dead on, this is the KO2T. They obviously have the tenor, the concert, and the soprano, KO2S, KO2C, KO2T. But most excitingly, if you were paying attention at the beginning of the video, they also do a super tenor. The super tenor being Canalea's unique shape. It's almost like a baritone tenor. Think baritone ukulele, but rather than stretched longer, the body is pulled out wider. So it's just a chunky boy compared to your average tenor. And the tone it produces has much more of a kind of throaty, bassier feel to it. You're going to hear another sound sample of that in a moment, but just running down the spec of the KO2 series. It's a Canalea. You have a Hawaiian koa top, back and sides. They all look unique. They're all individually listed on our website. You have the abalone rosette. You have front and back tortoiseshell binding. You have the high gloss, sort of polyester gloss finish for the top, back and sides, and then you have the satin neck going up to the Canalea ebony faceplate with the mother of pearl logo, mother of pearl dots, Canalea's open gear tuners, and then that 38mm nut width with the plastic or bone, not sure. I'll write it here if I get the information before. If not, look at the listing. Nut and saddle, Indian rosewood fingerboard and bridge with a pin bridge. These come in a pared back version of Canalea's deluxe bag as well. Really nice looking, stylish padded gig bag. Has a kind of velvet robe feel to the inside of it. You kind of want to just stroke the inside of it and tell yourself everything's going to be all right in the world. Yeah, the KO2 series, you're going to hear them all now. Really excited. Really excited to be the first shop in Europe to sell these and be able to show them off to you all. Four-string boy, eat your heart out. There you have it, folks. We've taken a look at the new Kanalea Ohar series. What did you think? Let us know in the comments section, and if you've had the opportunity to try one, please do comment and let people know what you think. I would be very, very surprised to hear of anybody having an experience with one of these that didn't make them feel like they were holding a Kanalea. I think the best course of action going forward would be if I use these videos in a direct comparison to a Kanalea. So in a future video I will be doing that. I'm also looking at doing some top 10 videos or sort of 10 comparison videos of instruments in the coming weeks and months. So if there's anything that you haven't seen featured recently that you know we sell, please do hit me up in the comment section and let me know. And if you have any inquiries or questions, you can contact the store on 01202 430 820 or email me at alex@ukulele.co.uk. Thank you so much for watching, folks. I will be back very, very soon to show off some Hawaiian Kanalea ukuleles. Take care.